Hi everyone, welcome to today's Live and Learn. Hi, if we're over here on Instagram and on Facebook, so that's why I'll be going back and forth here. But we are going to be doing the Spring into Hope and Health Challenge. We're actually doing the kickoff today. It's not going to be taking place on my Facebook page or Instagram, but I'll let you know a little bit more about it in just a moment. Hi, Val. I am Yentl Lega. I am a holistic dietitian and stress therapist, and I help women with autoimmune and chronic conditions fight fatigue, conquer their flare-ups so that they can reach clinical remission, without having to give up the foods that they love. Now, I do want to say I hope that all of you are staying safe at home, and the whole idea around the Spring into Hope and Health Challenge is to bring a little bit more positivity into your lives. So I know there's a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety. I was going to say anxiousness, but same thing. A lot of anxiety, just a lot of stress involved with what is going on. A lot of us have had our lives thrown through the loop. So I do want to acknowledge all of you that are really going through a really hard time with this change and with what's going on in the world. I will let you know again, as a dietitian, I'm going to be completely honest with what's been going on in my life. I do work from home. I have been for almost 6 years now. So thankfully, my husband and I as well, my husband also works from home. Thankfully, we've been able to continue working and stay home and stay safe. So, hi everybody that's joining in. We've been able to continue work as well. So with my work, I work as a health coach for a company, as a registered dietitian and licensed dietitian nutritionist, and as a certified mental health professional. So I have been talking with a lot of people that are going through a lot of chronic health conditions and having to deal with what is going on in the world. So that has made me aware too of how difficult this has been for many of you. And it is my heart's desire to support you in any way I can. I do work full time, so it did make it a little tough for me to be more available for you guys. So I do appreciate you being patient, that I know I haven't really been on here as much, but I do want to try to be on here more, since most of you are able to be online a little bit more, but provide more hopeful messages, as well as messages to help you boost your health. And health is not just the physical, it's an all-encompassing thing. It's our emotional and mental health as well. So before I get started, because I always forget because I get so nervous when I get on these lives, but my shirt actually is by a female-run small business. It is two very powerful and wonderful women, one of them who is one of my favorite people. I love you very much, Gary. They make these shirts. This is a branded shirt, and they make a bunch of very, very beautiful designs, and they can work with you. They do custom designs. And like I mentioned, it's just two of them. They're a small business, and during this time, it's so important for us to support our small businesses. So I am giving them a shout out. I've been meaning to do this with every other live, and I always forget, like I mentioned. But yes, these shirts are brought to you by Print Chicks, and that's with the X. It's CHIX. You can find them on Instagram, print_chicks. And you can also find them on Facebook as Print Chicks. So again, CHIX. And they're just wonderful people. Do support them when you can. Even now they're having a sale, if I'm not mistaken, on their shop for different products. But do keep them in mind for when this thing kind of hopefully rolls over sooner than later, you have a small business to be able to support. So now with that shout out out of the way, I wanted to do this kickoff for the Spring into Hope and Health Challenge, because I want to change the conversation around our health and well-being. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety going around. So let's change that conversation so that we can come into this more hopeful, come into this with more gratitude, and more positivity, because we could use a little bit more of that nowadays. So my personal aim for this challenge, my time with you during this challenge, is to provide you the support that you need so that you can realize how important, how beneficial it is to set your goals, to set your health goals, and how enjoyable it can be to go through the process and actually achieve them, regardless of what is going on. I mean, we need to learn to change the conversation so that when it comes to healthy eating and fitness, we can lower the barriers that are involved with that, and just become more aware of what it is we really want and what we need as well. And like I said before, well-being is something that encompasses all facets of health. It's much more than the physical. So during this time, it's going to be a 30-day challenge, it's absolutely free. It's for the month of April, and this is going to be taking place in the Balanced Beauty Community, which is a private Facebook group. And I do have the link in my bio on Instagram, and also I have, on Facebook, I'll be providing the link in the description. But you will be getting not only quick and easy exercises that you can incorporate into your day-to-day, because you might have a lot going on your plate. So it's going to be very, very simple, quick and easy exercises. But apart from that, also some very small positive health steps that you can take as well to be able to reach the goal that you want, your health goal. And apart from that, you're gonna have tons of support from me along the way. Every week I will be there's gonna be a mindful minute on Mondays. We're gonna have mindful moments, midweek boost for Wednesdays, and also on Fridays there's gonna be a Q&A, a live Q&A and recap with me, where I can address any of your questions. So don't ever hesitate to ask while you're there. Again, like I said, that's what I'm here for, to support you. I want to try to provide as much support as I can from home, since I can't physically go out to you. I want to be able to provide that support safely from my home, and also go to you, as I know that sometimes it can be tough for us to ask for help. I'll give you what's been going on here in my life. I did have a chest pain that I did not want to share with a lot of people because I didn't want to worry them. So I did have a chest pain for about a month. This week would be 4 weeks that I've had the chest pain. It's a lot less than it was, so it's more bearable. It's very slight. It's not bothering me anymore, but it did affect me, and I was having a hard time even just talking. It would get me winded. So I was, thankfully, because I do work from home, I would take it very easy. But even just going up and down the stairs or walking a little faster than usual was getting me a little bit winded, and I did have a dry cough. I did call a doctor, and thankfully, they mentioned to simply, because I didn't need any emergency services, to simply just stay home, limit contact, and write it out. So that's exactly what I did. I just wrote it out. Thankfully, the dry cough is not there anymore. Still, like I said, a little bit of the slight chest pain, but not much as in the beginning. And one of the reasons why I didn't say anything was because I did have an amazing support from my husband. Like I, mentioned to just the few that knew about how I was feeling, that he was my doctor, he was my home chef, my personal chef, and I had my doggies as my nurses. So they were providing me with tons of cuddles when I had to keep my distance from my husband. So because of that, I didn't reach out for help and didn't say anything. But I know that there are circumstances where we might be on our own and we still are afraid to ask for help. We still not afraid, but we feel like we don't want to burden anyone. So that's why I want to reach out to you. That's what the whole point of this Spring into Hope and Health Challenge is about. Even though I'll be providing different tips and things to help us stay sane and stay healthy during this time, I'm also here to listen. I'm also here to be that support for you, to be someone to lean on, someone to talk to. If you have any concerns or any questions, or just would like to vent, I'm here for that. And that's why I'm doing it in the private Facebook group, because I want you to feel safe to share and know that you are supported, and what happens in the group stays in the group. So with that, I do want to kick off the challenge by asking you, what are your health related goals? Now, before you start your journey to health, to fitness, and to overall improved well-being, before you start any of that, it's so important to have a clear vision of what it is that you want, where it is that you are going. Having a clear goal is the easiest and most effective way to actually getting there. And it helps you to stay on track even when you hit a speed bump. And what we have hit recently is a massive one. It is inevitable to hit a speed bump in life, but this one has been a massive one for a lot of us. So that's why I want you right now, where you are, if you can, jot it down. If you can't, make a mental note of the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you, what is your health goal? The first thing that comes to your mind. So it's important to really take the time to consider also how your current practices might not be benefiting you. So think about what the realities are of your surroundings too, to really see how you can implement your goal to fit into your current lifestyle. Think about what it's about. Awareness. It's about becoming aware of where you are, what is working and what is not, so that you can let it go. A lot of us are feeling so much pressure and feeling again thrown through the loop, because we're almost trying to keep a normalcy, or trying to feel like we're trying to do this, probably some of the same things we were doing before, when it worked before, but right now we have a different circumstance. So certain things might have to change. So really, really become clear on that. So by doing that, by becoming clear of what is in your way, take the time to think of this question. What is the number one area of your life right now that is holding you back from reaching and exceeding your health goals? And I say, yeah, Rock mentioned he misses the gym. Yes, thank you for mentioning this. Be very specific too, because a lot of the things, sometimes when I ask somebody that, what is the number one thing holding you back right now from reaching or exceeding your goals, and they say, oh, this whole, coronavirus stuff, this whole, craziness that's going on out there. It's like, yes, that is the big picture, but specifically for you, is that the gyms are closed. Okay, that's what's, unfortunately getting in the way of you reaching your health goal. Right now, you're not finding some of your staples in the grocery store, some of the things that you normally get. Is it that also because maybe you're not able to work and not getting paid at the moment, that your budget is different when it comes to getting what you need? So and Boxer goal was 300 club on the bench. Now it's 300 club in pounds. Hey, that's a great goal to have. So, but yes, definitely be specific. Really think about what it is that is holding you back. Because when you are very clear and specific and honest with yourself, you can find the alternative. Just like Brock said, you can find the alternative of, what's going to help you reach your health goal. And if you have trouble with that, again, that's why I will be there to support you in the Spring into Hope and Health Challenge. Again, it's going to happen. It's happening now. Actually, it started today in the Balanced Beauty community. I know I have balanced handsomes that follow me as well and that are listening in. This is a group only for women, but I will be sharing positive info, positive messages as well, more on my social media. So in Instagram and on Facebook, I'll be sharing some more posts throughout the week to encourage you, to empower you, and also just to make you smile, because it's a tough time. It really is. And we could use a little bit more hope. So for this April, National Month of Hope, that's my goal for you, well, for me. That's my goal for helping you. This is my way of being able to reach out to you. So again, if the next week, even if you're not able to join the group, next week I will also be going live on 2 different platforms. So one platform on Tuesday and another one Wednesday. I will be posting about that pretty soon, so stay tuned for that, where I'll also be talking about how to cope with stress when, or how to stay positive during this time, when we're feeling like our life has gotten out of track, and also some nutrition and mental health tips for you in general that we could use whenever we hit any type of roadblock. So stay tuned for those things. And again, I'm Yentl Lega. Thank you for tuning in. And remember that prioritizing you doesn't mean me first. It means me too. Have a great rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay sane. Please stay indoors as much as you're able. You're saving lives by doing so. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your night.